Good evening and welcome to I'm Chris Parnell.
Reporting from Moscow.
Tbilisi.
Times Square.
May your dreams be your only boundaries in life.
Hello, welcome to Mentors. My name is Tracy Speak and I'll be your host. Webster's defines mentors as wise, loyal advisors. This program, Mentors, seeks to serve as a forum for seniors to share their wisdom with Memphis and the surrounding locale. We hope to address the life issues that seniors face. Mentors are wonderful people that make significant contributions to the quality of life within Germantown and the Memphis area. Mr. Jim Moffitt, advertising manager of the Best Times, will present our calendar for the month of October for the area. These will be the upcoming events and happenings that can enrich our lives. The Best Times, the monthly news magazine for active, mature Mid-Southerners, is published monthly, and our great friend Lester Gingold has taken the title of Publisher Emeritus. Mr. James K. Gruggs has assumed control of the publication and is now the publisher of this excellent periodical. Mr. Gruggs will help us better understand the goals and the objectives of the Best Times, as well as the new features they hope to incorporate in the publication. So welcome, Mr. Gruggs.
Thank you, Tracy. It's certainly a pleasure to be with you.
It is our pleasure.
Great. I'm not from Memphis originally, but I got here as soon as I could. And in fact, when I first moved here in 1985, I came to Germantown High School quite often because my youngest daughter had her junior and senior year, so every morning I came to Germantown High School.
Oh, how good.
It's nice to be back in the TV studio here as well.
Good to have you.
Well, at the Best Times, we've got an exciting publication, as you know. In fact, it's the third most read publication in Memphis, and it is directed toward those persons 50 years of age and older, and we try to become an advocate for the needs of the senior citizens in this area. And we think that under the leadership of Lester Gingold in the past, it's done a great job of making persons aware of issues concerning the senior citizens and some of the needs that they have for the future as well. And so it's a great place to be at this stage of my career as a voice for the senior community.
Well, I know Lester was very excited and pleased that you were going to take over and that you would bring new ideas and thoughts and ways to expand your outreach.
Well, we're trying to begin with, we don't want to eliminate what he has done. We want to take advantage of how he has advanced the publication to the position it's in today, and we want to expand its appeal. In fact, we hope to have articles of interest to the degree that as soon as it's printed, people are going to be saying, I need to pick that up and read it. And that is our major objective, to have it so interesting that it'll be a must-read on a monthly basis.
I'm always eager, and I'm out there hunting all the stands to make sure I get a brand new one.
Well, that's good, and we hope that there are many people like that. Some of the things, and I'd like to just go over a list of some of the things that we're going to be trying to accomplish on a monthly basis. Now, some of these articles are already in the Best Times, and some will be new. But a major emphasis is going to be on healthcare. We've partnered with the University of Tennessee Medical School, and they're going to provide us with the latest information that affects healthcare for seniors. We will also every month have a religious column. Right now it's being done by Stacy Tyson, who is director of a Christian organization called Truth Seekers Fellowship. We think our senior readers will be interested in knowing that. Every article will have issues about finance, especially leading up to and into retirement, so that a person can maximize their income or their value, so that they won't run out of money in their retirement years. We hope to have a travel column, especially columns that would appeal to senior travelers. Another feature will be allowing seniors to age in place, whether that be an independent retirement facility or staying at home, to be able to be as free to live their life without having to go to some kind of institution to live. We always have a column that's very interesting on computers, and our seniors are catching up on computer technology, and they look forward to that article already. We have a pet column, and many seniors find that a very appealing column as well. We also have a gardening column each month. A new article we've added is What's Good in Memphis and the Metro Memphis area. It's being brought to us by the Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Good.
So that it'll point out some of the positive features of the area where we live. We hope to have a column on food. We have a wine column that we're getting together. We're now featuring letters to the editor. We want feedback from our readers, and so we would like to ask some of our readers to write us a letter telling us what they'd like to see us cover, what they find interesting, and how we can help improve the publication as well. Another feature that's proved to be interesting so far is that we're asking some of our amateur readers who have talent to submit a cartoon on a monthly basis as well, and that's gone over nicely also.
I saw that in your latest publication, and that sounded really interesting for those folks that have that ability.
And we've had several nice articles and cartoons submitted already, so we're going to look forward to some maybe a little humor in our publication as well.
Good.
This past issue, we also had an article for the first time involving sports, and we had an article about the University of Memphis football program, and we hope to have in the coming issue quite a significant amount of coverage on Senior Olympics, which are taking place during the month of October.
Well, it sounds like it's just expanding exponentially there.
Well, we're trying to make it appealing. In addition to the normal channels of distribution, we've also decided, since there's a big retirement community in Oxford, Mississippi, we now distribute the paper there.
Excellent.
We also have been asked by some of our readers to start distributing the paper in Covington and up to Ripley and Dyersburg. And so we're expanding the readership of the publication as well to appeal to seniors on a wider basis.
That's very smart marketing.
Well, we're looking for advice from people like you, Tracy, on what we need to do to expand it even more.
Well, what thoughts have you given to electronic?
Well, that's a good question, because we do have a website, thebesttimes.com. The publication in its entirety is available on the web. We also post information on Facebook. We have articles that are not necessarily in the publication on the website as well. In fact, we try to post 4 or 5 new articles every week that's not in the publication. And so as seniors are becoming more and more technology literate, we want to appeal to those that look at the web and follow us on Facebook as well.
Well, that was kind of a leading question, because I went to your website to find out more than what I already thought I knew, which I found I didn't, about the Best Times. And it was an excellent website, and I was very pleased to see that you were up and running.
Well, that's something that Lester started when he was there, and we're trying to expand it. In fact, our office was involved in a conference call with our web designer today to try to find ways to enhance it even more.
Well, I think you're certainly on the right track there, and good news there. When we come back, we'll hear more about what Mr. Grubbs believes are the major challenges facing active, mature Mid-Southerners in this coming months. And is it health care, is it inflation, taxation, or the lack of involvement in the affairs of the community? I'm sure he can enlighten us, so stay tuned.
You can now watch your favorite Germantown community television shows from anywhere in the world. GHS-TV is streaming online, live 24/7. A viewing screen displays our channel just like you see on television. Simply visit our website at www.ghstv.org. So log on and enjoy hometown news from anywhere in the world, only at ghstv.org.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe.
Would it be okay if I sat here?
Is she serious? Whatever. New girl.
Sing away. Yes, words can't bring me down.
Reaching out. Pass it on.
So don't you bring me
A message
down.
from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. We'll give Mr. Grubbs the opportunity to address what he sees as the major challenges facing active, mature Mid-Southerners in these coming months. Is it inflation, health care, taxation, or just a lack of our involvement in the community? So, what do you see as the key issues?
Well, all of those points that you mentioned are key issues. Currently, I think based on what's happened in the national level with health care and health insurance, it's a major concern for all citizens, but especially seniors, because
Yes.
So much of the so-called Affordable Health Care Act funds were taken from Medicare funds. And so I think health care is a major issue. Finance is a major issue as well. Seniors by far as a group are the wealthiest group of people. But at the same time, as you age, you begin to wonder, do I have enough money? Will it last? And so people have to continually watch their finances, their investments, things of that type. And we hope to have articles that will give them some advice on not only health care, but finance as well. And so I think health care and finance would be the two top things, although other things are of concern to seniors also.
Well, I've been retired a number of years now, and the inflation is one of the things that I've noticed. And also, if you're like many seniors, we got killed whenever the stock market all fell out, and we certainly hadn't recovered it because it made us much more cautious, and so we didn't jump right back in.
Yeah, it takes a long time to recover once there's a big drop in the market. And of course, right at the present time, the stock market is doing extremely well. And there's this attempt to rush in and say put money in areas that may be a little bit risky. And as a senior, we don't have time, lifetime-wise, to recover.
You can't
once
recover.
we go through a big setback. And I'm afraid one's coming. I don't know when it is, but I'm afraid it's coming. And I know you mentioned inflation. The things that affect our pocketbook are things that are not registered on the national level for inflation. For example, our
Exactly.
government says now we don't have inflation. But yet when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the gas station, when you go shopping, you know that things are costing much more now than they were even just a year ago. And I heard just yesterday that the cost of a gallon of milk is the highest it's ever been in the history of our country. But yet our government will say we don't have inflation. But it comes out of the pocketbook.
Well, I read somewhere fairly recently, I'm not sure of all the percentages, but it's like that beef was up 68% and
Right.
pork was up in the 30s, and chicken was up in
Yes.
that same percentage, and then the vegetables. And you look at California, and they've been hit with such drought, is that where we get our vegetables and
That's
fruits
true.
from, they have really been affected, and so our prices go up. You never thought you'd pay $1 for a navel orange when you went to the
That's true.
grocery store.
If you're going to get one today, that's about what you'll have to pay for it.
Exactly.
And it is surprising to me that on a national level, they still say we don't have
We
inflation.
don't have any inflation, yes.
I think another thing that seniors want to do is have a good quality of life, being able to maintain their home, staying at home, as opposed to, as I mentioned earlier, being institutionalized somewhere. And so we hope to bring information on a regular basis for those that prefer to stay at home as opposed to being housed somewhere else in their lifetime.
Well, all of us, I think, would probably love to stay in our homes, but it's like Betty and I in the last year have moved to Kirby Pines, is that trying to take care of a 4,000 square foot house and the grounds just becomes too much at some point.
It does. I unfortunately have a house with too much square footage, and sometimes I can't locate my wife. She's in some part of the house, I don't know where she is. But I still want to be there as opposed to an institution somewhere.
Sure we do. But that's one of the options that you have to look at, depending on your health, of course.
Sure.
And I think that's a part of what we all realize is that our health care and getting folks to take seniors now has become more and more of a problem. I worked with doctors for 32 years, and these guys have gotten cut back and cut back and cut back to where they can only take so many seniors that are on Medicare
Right.
or Medicaid. They can only take so many a day just from the sheer what it costs to open the doors of the practice.
It is, and that, as I mentioned earlier, the Affordable Care Act funding, a large portion of the money came from what was originally Medicare, and Medicare funding that was paid for by seniors. And now it seems a large portion of it is taken away from us. And that's a major concern for persons of our age because, we're subject to need of health care on a pretty regular basis. And so we want to have that available. Here in the Memphis area, there are over 50 manufacturers of medical implants.
Yes.
We live fortunately, in a medical community, much more so than most cities in the United States. And we have wonderful health care potentially available if it's not too restrictive to keep us from being able to go there.
And for what we need to be covered under the program.
That's true.
That becomes a distinct part of this, is that are you going to get that implant if you need it?
That's right.
Or do you just say, take some aspirin and come back?
Hope you feel better tomorrow.
That's right,
Yeah.
hope you feel better.
And another thing that seniors are looking forward to is being able to travel and enjoy
Yes.
life beyond the working years once they retire.
And we need to do that. We need, I'm looking forward to all those articles now, is that.
Well, we hope you, as well as many other readers, look forward to them as well, because we're doing everything we can to make the publication a must read so that it has to be picked up and read on a consistent basis.
That's the goal, and a great goal that is. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Grubbs.
Thank you, Tracy, and I appreciate your inviting us to be on your program.
Well, we look forward to you coming back in future times here, and I can't wait to get the next rendition of The Best Times.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Mr. Jim Moffitt, Advertising Manager of The Best Times, will present our calendar for the month of October for the area. These are the upcoming events and happenings that can enrich our lives.
You've watched it over the span of 3 decades. We've dedicated ourselves to making it a fantastic community show. And the Alliance for Community Media has named GHS-TV's Crosstalk the best informational program in the country. From coverage of important area issues and events to conversations with high-profile local, national, and international personalities, Crosstalk keeps you informed and entertained. Don't miss Crosstalk, produced entirely by the students of Germantown High School. The news show airs each week only on Germantown Community Television, cable channel 17.
Pictures.
There's a boy riding on his bicycle.
You can read too, Grandpa.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I'm Tracy Speak, host of Mentors, the show for Memphis and the surrounding area seniors. And with me is Mr. Jim Moffitt, advertising manager at the Best Times, to present our calendar for the month of October for the area. Welcome, and what are these upcoming events and happenings that we need to know about?
Oh gosh, there's so many exciting things that are coming up in October. We're all looking forward to it. These are some of the
events that you have coming.
Yes, the Pink Palace is opening up October with a number of things. That includes the Pink Palace Museum, the 3D Giant Theater, the Shark Planetarium, and the Mallory Neely House, Lichterman Nature Center, and Montgomery House. On October the 10th, 11th, and 12th will be the 42nd Annual Friends of the Pink Palace Crafts Fair.
All right.
And folks really do look forward to that. That'll be at Audubon Park, which is on the corner of Perkins and Southern. And it'll be from 10 a.m. Till 6 on Friday. And on Saturday from 10 to 5 and on Sunday, October the 12th also. The Boo Ball is coming up in October. That's going to be October the 24th, and that will be at the Pink Palace Museum at 3050 Central Avenue. And it'll go from 7 p.m. till midnight. And people wait all year to celebrate Halloween and dress up, and so they'll have a cash bar and heavy hors d'oeuvres. They at $60 for a single ticket or $100 a couple, and the tickets can be purchased in advance or at the door. On October 3rd is the Public Garden Day series, and that's going to be at the Lichter Nature Center, 5992 Quince. And there'll be a talk at noon, and then they'll tour the grounds, and there'll be scarecrow displays.
Oh, good.
So that ought to be a lot of fun. On October the 18th, the Wonders of Water Discovery Day will be at the Lichterman Center, and that's going to be from 9 until 12. Now, this is a great thing to take your grandchildren to. It's for ages 7 to 13, but all ages are welcome, and as well as parents and scout leaders, etc. And they'll discover the wonders of water as you visit the activity stations all around the Lichterman Nature Center. So that's going to be $6.50 for a child or a scout, and $3.50 for an adult or chaperone. Coming up also is the Germantown Performing Arts. Walter Marshall's with the jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra will be at the GPAC. That's the 20th celebration of GPAC. That's on Saturday, October the 4th at 8 p.m. Coming up too is the Red Slipper Women's Golf Tournament. Now this is benefiting the Methodist Hospice residents. the player and party and caddy auction. That sounds kind of interesting. It's going to be on Thursday, October the 9th, and that's going to be at Bill and Liz Neely's home. The tournament is Friday, October the 10th at Windike Country Club. There's a family caregiver support group, and that meets the first Tuesday of each month at Ave Maria, 2805 Charles Bryan Road, from 5:30 until 6:30. The Buckman Performing Arts Center at St. Mary's has several events coming up in October, and as well as the Jewish Family Service is presenting their 13th annual resource fair on Sunday, October the 19th. Let's not forget the Germantown Senior Expo, sponsored by the City of Germantown and the Senior Citizens Council, which is going to be on November the 6th.
Well, it sounds like an enormous number of events that we can all go to in the area, and thank you so much for coming and presenting them to us, Jim.
Thank you for having me.
We look forward to the coming months as you're here. Seniors, call and read the best times for the reminders of these opportunities, and thank you for being with us today for the Mentors program. If you're interested in the air dates of Mentors or any other show on GHS-TV, go to Channel 19 or visit ghstv.org, where we're also streaming live 24 hours a day. Also, you can keep up with GHS-TV by visiting us on Facebook and Twitter. I love this quote from Winston Churchill, the great Prime Minister of England and a wordsmith of the First Order. Don't worry about avoiding temptation. As you grow older, it avoids you. See you in November.